come home and my husband is standing there with his arms crossed, just as before.
Oi, wake up, agree? I told you not to leave the house without reporting to me first.
I'm sorry, but this time it was an emergency. Jeff had an accident and was taken to hospital.
I don't care. I'm afraid. You broke your word and left the house without telling me.
Just with these words, something inside me snapped. My name is Kate, and I am a 27-year-old housewife. It's been a year since I got married to my husband, Time. We still feel like newlyweds and are enjoying our marriage life. But there are some certain things that are bothering me recently. My husband is a very jealous man. Even when we were dating, whenever I said I would go out for drinking with my friends, he would ask, "Are there any guys there?" But I thought it was cute that he was jealous like this. Once we got married, he wanted me to become a housewife and I quit my job, so I have buried any opportunity to speak with men. Anyway, Tim seems to be relieved by this. But when the FedEx guy or UPS guy comes at weekends and I try to answer them, he says, "I will," and won't even let me receive packages. As it's been like this ever since we got married, I'm used to it now. And to be honest, I'm good with it because he's doing all the work for me. Tim and I met at work. There was a brief period when I was a model, and I was taking part in an event for the promotion of a certain corporation. It was just a simple job of holding up panels and things like that. Tim was working at the company that was being promoted. He said it was love at first sight, and when we finished the work, he asked me out to dinner. He was always kind during work, and I felt he was someone I could rely on. The company he works at pays well, so I thought, well, why not? And agreed to go on a date with him. We swapped numbers and continued several dates, and he always worked hard to entertain me, which I found cute. We continued to go out, and he actively showed me affection. Before I knew it, we were officially a couple. After a year, he proposed to me, and we got married. So to tell the truth, Timmy is completely head over heels about me. However, because of his strong feelings toward me, he ended up doing something disastrous. Today I'd like to show you what happened to him. One day, I received an invite to a high school class reunion. I came out to New York when I entered university, and I haven't been back home for a while. So it would be great to see my friends again. However, I know that I have this gigantic wall to overcome. Yes, my husband. He will never allow me to go to a class reunion. I don't know what to do, but I have to think of a plan. Thankfully, I received a mail during the day, so he hasn't seen the invitation. Finally, I come up with a plan. I'm going to explain the situation to my parents and go to the reunion in secret. I call my mom and ask her to help me before I speak to Tim, who has come back from work.
I've decided to go to my parents' house this weekend.
Wait, the cum splash too.
Mom says she has something she wants to tell me.
Does she want me to drive you there?
No, don't worry. It's your day off. Take a break.
You don't have to worry about me. If he comes with me, he'd definitely stay at my parents' house. But I'm not gonna let this happen.
No, it's fine. She said she wants to speak to just me.
Wait, really? Bunkin and B. We should go if it's serious.
No, I think it's something private. She doesn't want many people to know. She hasn't even told my brother Jeff yet.
Hasn't she? If she hasn't even told Jeff, even though they live together, it must really be private. Okay, I may miss you soon, so make sure you call me when you're there.
Okay, got it.
Great. I will be able to attend the reunion without Tim knowing. On that day, I go to my hometown for the first time in a while, and first of all, head to my parents' house. As expected, it seems Tim already called Mom. And Mom thankfully said to him, "Sorry for calling Kate over so suddenly." Tim is relieved at these words, and when I call him after arriving, he says to me, "Enjoy your time with your parents." I thank my mom and head to the reunion wearing the clothes that I had sent over to the house. The class reunion is so much fun. Some people have changed so much since high school, while others haven't changed at all. But of course, the environment surrounding them has changed for everyone. Some people already have 2 children, and others have already gotten a divorce. Since I started going out with Tim, I have been able to see my schoolmates. So they all gather around me and ask me questions. They are surprised at how Tim and I met. But they are the most surprised that I had a brief career as a model. I say, "Yeah, I never told you, did I?" And some of the boys who are in the same class compliment me, saying, "You've become so beautiful." I'm shocked. We all have an amazing time. I wanted to go to the after party too, but I don't want to be too late reaching out to Tim. So I decide to go home. Once I'm back at my parents' house, I call my husband and say, "I'm staying here tonight, and I'll drive back first thing tomorrow morning."
Okay, take care on your way back. Oh, Mitch Basters. Miss.
I feel I managed to get home without him knowing about the reunion. The next day, I drive for about 3 hours and return home. I open the door and I see Tim standing there with his arms crossed for some reason. He is glaring at me and looks very angry.
I'm here, Turnch. Hi, I'm back. What's wrong?
You're cheating on me, aren't you?
Wait. No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me. You faked it when you said your mom needed you, and you when it went to a class reunion.
Why on earth does he know? I have no idea how he found out, but I feel there's no escape. So I tell the truth and say I did attend the reunion.
Just as I thought. You made guys behind my back. That's cheating. Cheating.
No, it's not. I just attended the reunion. I really wanted to see my friends again. I haven't seen them for a long time. But I thought you wouldn't let me, so?
Of course I wouldn't. Why would I allow you to go to a place where there are drinks and guys?
Just as I thought. I'm glad I didn't tell him beforehand. I may have never been able to see my classmates again.
Let's make a sincere apology.
Sorry, what?
You betrayed me, so you're going to make a sincere apology explaining what was wrong. And you resign.
Is that your quest?
I didn't expect him to go this far. But it's true that I did lie to him, so I agree and apologize to him, going over the details that I know he would want to hear.
I forgive you, but there is no next time. Oh?
He's still irritated, but I had to ask.
Hey, how did you find out I went to the reunion?
What? Herbicon into your... I did research, of course.
What do you mean?
He then explains the unbelievable way in which he found out about the reunion. First, he would see my Facebook account and find people who he assumed were my schoolmates. Then, he would look their names up on Instagram and Twitter, and go over everyone's posts. After a few hours, it seems he found a certain post, a story on Instagram, which is a post that will disappear after 24 hours. He saw a photo with school reunion, written over it, took a screenshot, and looked through all the people in the photo and found me. I honestly thought this was disgusting. Even if you're that jealous and possessive, would you go that far? This is too much. Since then, Tim's measures have become increasingly crazier. He calls me every day during his lunch break, and if I don't pick up, he sends me multiple text messages and scolds me. To add, I have to let him know the exact time I leave the house and return, even if it's just to go to the supermarket. If I leave the house without reporting to him, he would get very angry. As this is too rough, I consider divorcing him. But I'm a housewife, so it's going to be tough if I get divorced now. And even if I want to look for a job, Tim won't let me go out, so it's going to be difficult searching for work and going to interviews without him knowing. In addition, Tim is being paid well. And I'm enjoying a comfortable life thanks to him. So that's another reason I can't come around to getting a divorce. However, one day, this is what happens. My mom suddenly calls me and says my brother has had a car accident. Panicking, I drive myself to the hospital. A car accident? Maitan. Is he okay? Is he conscious? I worriedly rush to his hospital room.
Hey, you're here too, Kate?
Seeing me, he sits up.
Wait, it's Mulks. I heard you were in an accident.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, but you look well.
Still, it's gonna take a month for me to fully recover.
I'm so relieved that I feel like I'm going to collapse.
You got me so worried.
According to Mom, a car coming from the other direction suddenly came heading Jeff's way, and because he rushed to cut the handle, he crashed into a guardrail. It seems he hurt his hip due to the impact.
The car is a mess. It's okay because I have insurance, though.
Was the accident that terrible?
That's what I'm saying. I have to be in here for a month.
Thanks to Jeff's bright personality, he makes it sound as though it was a light accident. But it actually seems he not only escaped death.
I'm just so glad you're alive.
I tell him I revisit him again, and I return home. I hadn't realized yet that I have made a terrible mistake. I come home, and my husband is standing there with his arms crossed just as before.
Aren't you be started us, my crush nerdy? I told you not to leave the house without reporting to me first.
I'm sorry, but this time it was an emergency. Jeff had an accident and was taken to the hospital.
Why ain't I any respect about me? You broke your word and left the house without telling me.
As with these words, something inside me snapped.
What do you mean you don't care? I can't take this anymore. Your wife's brother was about to die. What on earth are you saying? Stop being so possessive. You're so selfish, you know? I can't be with you any longer. I want a divorce.
I snap and request a divorce, and suddenly Tim is panicking.
A divorce? Why so suddenly?
This is not sudden. I can't stand this anymore. I can't be with you.
Tim bursts into tears, and liquid is flowing from his eyes and nose as he begs me.
I'm so sorry. I won't be possessive anymore. I divorce. Please forgive me, Trust.
But there's no way his personality is going to change that easily. I ignore him, pack my bags, and head to my parents' house. Later, I send him the divorce papers. However, he won't sign. Well, I didn't expect him to, but I have an ace up my sleeve. I'm going to head to Tim's office and request a divorce there. It seems he is known in the office as a strict boss, and his colleagues, including the women, respect him very much. I'm going to show them his true colors. When I arrive at the office, Tim rushes towards me.
Hey, thanks for coming, but maybe we should take this someplace else.
I ignore him and enter the office.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry to disturb you, but please could I have some of your time? I've asked Tim for a divorce, but he doesn't seem to want to accept.
Everyone is looking at me. Tim rushes in and tries to stop me, but I carry on and play a certain recording. It is a recording of Tim crying and pleading with me. Tim's colleagues show interest and start to gather around. Now I explain to them how he found out about me attending the class reunion. Everyone is cringing. The female workers all look at him as though he is garbage. Everyone stares at Tim coldly.
Stop it here, city station. Why you this?
It's because you won't accept the divorce. I'm not spending any more days having to report to you what time I leave and come back to the house, even when I just go to the supermarket.
But don't tell them that.
I guess Tim's reputation is completely destroyed now. Everyone in the office is staring at him as though they cannot believe it. Giving up at this hopeless situation, Tim says, okay, and finally signs the divorce papers. I'm finally free from my prison, I say, and I leave the office. You can easily imagine what happened after that. No one takes my ex-husband seriously anymore, and they make fun of him behind his back. It seems he had been saying my wife is head over heels for me and was boasting about how loved he was. But now everyone knows he was completely lying. He is now being completely ignored and is in a very tight position. Well, it's all his own fault, so nothing can be done. As for me, I'm back in my hometown, and I'm now working in a company introduced to me by a high school classmate. I met a wonderful guy at the office, and we got married several years later. Now I have children and a very loving family. My current husband is very kind, and he's not possessive like Tim. Thanks to him, I feel free and I love my life. I hope to continue this good relationship with my husband and watch over my kids growing up. Thanks for sticking around until the end. Please subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.